if the dinosaurs, these great rulers, could be wiped out in a flash, well, what makes us think that we have some privileged place upon this planet? We don't. The dinosaurs should not be tarred with fatal incompetence. You know, to be called a dinosaur should not be a pejorative. It's a great honor because they were amazingly successful, yet their reign ended, just like all reigns do. When the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs hit Earth, what were the apex predators? What else was walking the Earth during that time? Well, of course, not all dinosaurs lived at the same moment, but it just so happens that at that moment in time, T-Rex was alive. T-Rex actually lived here in Texas and in other places in the West, Montana, Wyoming. And it's quite possible that T-Rex saw the asteroid coming in. And that is the all-time apex predator of the world's continents.
What are you in for? Disturbing the peace?
After the asteroid hit the Earth, how long do we believe it took to kill off the dinosaurs? Do we have any idea what those final days and months were like? Yes, we do, and largely due to a drilling project a few years ago, which drilled through the crater in the Gulf of Mexico. So the asteroid hits off the coast of the Yucatan, blasts a crater in the Earth's crust that's about 110 miles across by maybe 20 miles deep. That's like the size of the state of Massachusetts. When it hits, it obviously creates a huge seismic wave. It would have created a magnitude 10 or 11 earthquake. The Earth itself can't make an earthquake that big. You have to ring the Earth from the outside like a bell. So imagine a magnitude 10 or 11 earthquake rolling through the landscape. And then all that debris, when that material comes back in, it's got to balance the energy books, and it does that through friction by heating up the atmosphere. Imagine that day, trillions upon trillions of millimeter-sized space capsules, such that globally, within an hour after the impact, temperatures get up somewhere between toaster oven and pizza oven. So if you're a dinosaur and you're on the surface of the Earth that day with no place to hide, you're dead. You discovered a massive species of dinosaur and named it Dreadnoughtus, meaning fears nothing. How do we know it wasn't afraid of the crushing burden of responsibility for the consequences of its actions? Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, because Dreadnoughtus, who weighed 65 tons, had a brain that you could fit in a pint glass. So that's not a very large brain to body ratio. So I don't know precisely what Dreadnoughtus was thinking about, but I don't think it was the deep ramifications of its actions.
Stupid is as stupid does, sir.
If that asteroid hadn't hit Earth, what would the world be like today? Would there still be dinosaurs? Well, technically there are still dinosaurs because we have birds. Would there still be non-avian dinosaurs? I think so. I mean, they were around for 165 million years. They were doing great. They were biodiverse. They were on every continent. That was for 165 million years. Why not another 66 million years more? And during the entire reign of the dinosaurs, our ancestors, little shrew-like mammals, were struggling, living in the hidden and forgotten recesses of the dinosaur world, hoping never to be noticed. And then the playing field is cleared by that asteroid. The dinosaurs go extinct, except for the birds. And all of a sudden, our mammalian ancestors, they can come out from their hidey holes.
Come on, everybody!
Then evolution takes off at this point. We get what is called an adaptive radiation, mammals radiating evolutionarily out into all these now unoccupied niches left behind from the dinosaurs, and they quickly evolve into things like primates. And so if the dinosaurs had never gone extinct, well, they would almost certainly still be in charge, and we would almost certainly still be little shrew-like animals living in the dinosaur world.
Are you okay?
I don't feel so good.
Somebody writes, is it true that you are actually a character being played by Bruce Willis? Well, you know, we are both from New Jersey, so I'll let you draw the conclusion.
Well, don't worry. I'll get another job.
I love this question. What is the shortest version you could tell of the story of life on Earth? Well, there's a bunch of dust and gas in space, and almost all of it gets swept into a big body that ignites into the sun. There's a little bit left, that forms the planets. During the first billion plus years, the solar system is completely sterile because there's so much debris in it that the planets are frequently bombarded by asteroids and comets. Then about 3.5 billion years ago, the age of bombardment stops. It gets a little more stable, and immediately we see life on Earth. Life was just pushing at the door. And then for almost the entire history of the planet, we only have microbial life, and near the end of that, some very simple multicellular life, things like jellyfish and sponges. And so if you were to compress the 4.5 billion year history of the Earth into a single calendar year, with the Earth starting on January 1st, we don't get complex life on Earth until Thanksgiving, until the end of November. You think of dinosaurs as being old. On that calendar, dinosaurs first appear the second week of December. They dominate for 165 million years, and they go extinct on Christmas Eve. And then our species, Homo sapiens, appears about 20 minutes before midnight on the last night of the year. So we just got here. And even dinosaurs just went extinct. If you're at a New Year's Eve party and you're talking about events that happened on Christmas Eve, how do you describe that? You say, well, I just saw Bob, right? Because it was just Christmas Eve. And dinosaurs were just here because they just went extinct just 66 million years ago.